All right, number 5. Most adults. So what does most mean, Olga? I read your lips, so you were on silent, but you said more than 50. Yes, so more than 50% of adults in country X consume an increasing amount of fat as they grow older. So here we're just saying, okay, so most adults, as they get older, we eat more fat. Probably true in life. However, okay, so we have this point of contradiction here. For nearly all adults in country X, the percentage of fat in a person's diet stays the same throughout adult life. Did anybody read this the first time and they're like, wait, how can both of these sentences be true?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are the, whenever we see the word percentage or we see a percent or they're giving us something, ask yourself, percent of what? Like a percentage means nothing. Like I have like I can't think of something, but like I'm trying to think of something. Like if your kid, like if your son said, like, well, I did not had 100% increase of homework than yesterday, and yesterday they had no homework, and today they had one problem. 100% sounds great, right? But it's 100% of what? 100% of one problem. That's not very impressive. So this percentage here is talking about the percentage of fat in one's diet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where what is our top part talking about when it says an increasing amount of fat? Is that talking about a percent?
No.
No. We're so what did anybody so I had to sit here and think for a second before I went into the answer choices. Did anybody kind of make a prediction of like how these two things can work together? Did something kind of click for you of like, oh, this must be what they're getting at?
No.
No? Okay, so we're saying, hey, fat, our increase of fat is going up as we get older, right?
Mm-hmm.
But our percentage of fat is staying the same. How can
Oh.
our fat go up, but the percentage of our diet that fat is staying the same? What must be happening as our increase of fat, or as we increase our fat intake?
Are we exercising more? I don't know.
I mean, hopefully we might need to, but what if the percentage of fat is staying the same? So if I'm a toddler and I eat 5 grams of fat, and that's 50% of my diet,
Mm-hmm.
well, it's growing. So now as an adult, I eat 40 grams of fat. What would be the same percentage as 5/10?
80.
80, yeah. So what happened to my overall diet?
It increased.
It increased, yeah. Excellent. So can you explain to us why you said B, Sky? Because you got this one right.
Wow. Who did that?
I picked B because
Oh, I did too.
it just said that adults eat more as we get older.
Yeah, and that explains, yeah, it has to be true, right? Or it's supported because if our fat intake is increasing, but our percentage is staying the same, our percentage of what also must be growing, right? All right, so what other answers? We had A. So A says they generally consume more fat than do people of the same age in other countries. What makes A wrong, Olga?
It's not in the stimulus.
Oh, sorry. It doesn't say anything about other countries.
No, we know nothing. As soon as it's wrong, it's wrong. That's wrong.
Just crossed it out right away and didn't look good.
I think those are the only ones that we had. I think the other ones were pretty easy to cross off, to be honest. Like D says they tend to eat more varied kinds of foods. Like we don't care about the varying kinds of foods. Yeah. We're just talking about fat. E, they tend to lose weight. I wish E was true, right? They tend to lose weight as they get older. Yeah. And then C says they generally have diets that contain a lower percentage of fat than do the diets of children. That actually contradicts our stimulus, doesn't it? Because we say the percentages stay the same. And that's why B is our answer. All right, so do we feel like we know how to approach these questions but we're a little overwhelmed at solving them. Is that a fair
Yes.
analysis?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's considered a